Okay, in this video, we're going to look at finding the x-intercepts, which is A and B. These are our x-intercepts, where it intersects the x-axis. And we have to remember where it intersects the x-axis, y is 0, because it's on right here on this line. Our y, this is our y-axis, is actually going to be 0 because it's right here. X will be a value and y will be 0. So we know our x-axis intercepts will be, and because it's a quadratic, there's because it's a parabola, there's two intercepts, one here and one here. So x-intercepts, there'll be two values. It'll be x and 0 and x and 0. Okay? Here's our formula. Y equals x squared plus 8x plus 7. Now, if y is 0, then we can get rid of it, and we know x squared plus 8x plus 7 equals 0. We know that. In order to figure out our two values of x, we have to factorize. This is a hugely important skill. So I'm going to go on a different page just to look at this, okay? Let's have a look here. Here's our formula, our function right here. In order to factorize, we need to remember certain things. We need to remember that when we multiply or divide positive and negative numbers, we have some rules. If we multiply or divide a positive and a positive, that equals a positive. If we multiply or divide a negative and a negative, that equals a positive. We have to remember that. And when we multiply or divide a negative and a positive, that gives us a negative. Okay? This we'll look at too. This is called FOIL, and it's how we test what we've done, our factorizing correctly. Okay, here we go. To factorize, I'm looking to find out the factors of what x are going to be. So I'm going to, step one always is to make two parentheses. We know that to get x squared, it's going to be x times x. That's x squared. Now what we do is we look at this term in our equation. It's plus 7. So we come over here and we say, what factors multiply to get 7? This is an easy one. It's 1 and 7. So we know in these brackets right here, we absolutely know that one of them is a 1 and one is a 7. This one's not hard. It's going to be those numbers. It doesn't matter if you put your 7. I could put my 7 here and my 1 here. It doesn't matter, okay? Does not matter. Now we have to figure out our signs. We're going to figure out our signs. Because while this term are multiples, this is adding. It's the sum. Both of these are positive. This is positive and this is positive. So I know that this is going to be positive. How do I know? We're going to use FOIL to check. Remember, this equals 0. So on our parabola, we are looking to see what this value is and what this value is. So we're going to look at one of them first. Doesn't matter which one. Just looking at our graph, we can see that both of our x-intercepts are to the left of the y-axis, which means they are going to be both negative. We can see that from our graph. Our x-intercepts are going to be both negative. So let's pretend we're not looking at this one for right now. Okay, we're going to look at this one. We have x plus 7 equals 0. Well, I want to get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 7 from this side, but that means I have to subtract 7 from that side. So now I just have x on this side, and 0 plus negative 7, that's negative 7. That's one of my x-intercepts. Now I'm going to look at this one. I have x plus 1 equals 0. I want x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 1 from this side, but whatever I do to the left side of my equation, I have to do to the right. So now I have x equals 0 take away 1 is negative 1. These are my x-intercepts right here. Negative 7, negative 1. So my x-intercepts, this becomes x, we're going to factorize, we've just done on the other page, plus 7x plus 1. Therefore, x equals negative 7, x equals negative 1. My x-intercepts, or A and B in this graph, are negative 7, 0, and negative 1, 0. Done.